this is Carl from Malching, and Carl, well, he is quite the idiot. Now, what we have here is one of the NPCs that I added with the game. The problem right now is that those NPCs, well, they no longer want to settle on any island. So he is over here in deep green colors, and he's sailing away from this island here right now that I've given up for him. And I've tried a few things here, and it's not working anymore. So the AI shipyard, I think because we have 2 or 3 additional opponents. We have 3 additional opponents. That's the anarchist, that's the old hag, and that's Banta Jorgensen. So because we have 3 AI opponents in the game, I think the other, or if I add additional NPCs now to the game, well, they simply don't want to settle on any islands as long as there is this internal AI limit active. I think at least that's the cause for it. I've tried the same thing with the Admiral, and the Admiral is just as clueless of where he would like to go. Well, in this case here, we can't do anything about it. So we have Carl now in the game. I've got the Admiral in the game as well, and I cannot remove them anymore. So I've tried to destroy the Admiral there, so I've destroyed his ship, and now he's got no ship at all, and the economy still is at 0 or at 1, so that still he still remains in the game. So it's a bit of a problem here. That's the problem that you have when you add some modding to the game. In that case, well, we cannot do anything here. I'm trying to build another Carl ship here, and I'm trying to build another Admiral ship in Cape Trelawney. So they are being produced right now, but well, we cannot do anything else. We have 3 active opponents in the game, so that far it feels fine. So Bante is rather good, I think. We are not going to protect her or anything, so if Miss Hunt decides to destroy her, well, then she gets destroyed. The other interesting thing is that Hugo, the anarchist, he's really strong by now. He is actually fighting the old hag all the time. So he was actually taking this island here while I was messing around with the AI, and then took it back again. And the old hag then took the island back again. So they're fighting here to and fro. Nothing that I can do about it. It's just a bit fun watching it. And hopefully Hugo will also, well, give me a quest here or there that we need those quests for the main storyline. Now, well, back here in Crown Falls, lots of talking, a little action. We want to do a few things here. Oh, let me just check that here. Yeah, I need to get a few shares back here in the old world for islands that I can give up again for other opponents. We're going to leave that to the old hag so she can just, you know, continue building her cities there. So I want her to get stronger there a bit, especially because Hugo gets a bit too powerful otherwise. Now, we have our palace here. We do have our grand exhibition there in the center, looking all nice and dandy. Let's actually have another exhibition active. So botany is always something that I want to go for. So let's go with botany, and let's have a sumptuous one. Right, so that's quite expensive there, but we should have all the resources, and in that case, we can just leave it alone for now. Now, what I want to add though is, well, more ornaments, of course. This is looking rather naked here, if you agree with me on that point. So we do have the hatch. I very much like to have hatches here as well. So we're going to add a few hatches there on both sides of the path there, of the central path. So in that case here, some straight hatches there. I think it just looks beautiful. And then we have another hatch here. So it's the opposite of the fences there. You know, we do have the fences, and then we have the hatches. There's actually a hatch here built in the World Fair. No problem there. Ending here, and here we don't need anything actually. So there we have the World Fair then, just as that. The same with this one here. That's fine. What we can do here is we could then add those paths there going into the gardens that we have here. You know, so it does look a bit similar there. And we then have those pathways here for a bigger park or something like that. They have interesting mechanics here too. We haven't used them yet. So we haven't used these straight paths here yet. And that's something I want to change there a bit. So we are going to add a few of them here. Nothing too serious though. Just for another smaller park that we can have here then, with lots and lots of duck ponds and stuff like that. And probably the same thing on the other side. So we do have these exits here, these holes in the hedges there, and we can just have those paths then there as well, something like that. And then here as well, and here, and then we have a corner here, another corner here, and a triangular hero path junction, that is. Right, so we can add a few things here. Now that's that side. We do have the hatches here. Let me just check that real quick. Those hatches end here then. Who settled on what? Oh, Margaret settled on this island there. That's fine. I don't care. So we got that. The same thing we want to do then on this side here. Right, and we do have garden benches we can use then later. Here we have the corners. So let's use... Do we have corners? Yes. That would have been a bad thing if we wouldn't have had corners now. And here as well. And then those hatches. And then here with our palace in that regard. The same thing, they can then end here as well, where we have the fence. So that's that. That's another little ornaments here in the middle. And as you can see, I've also added more skyscrapers now to the skyline here. So Crown Falls is getting more dense. And yes, something else, while we're doing the ornaments there, I always should look out for upgrading more cities or more houses there. Since well, we still want to grow, of course. This is not the end. This is nothing at the moment. So there we have a few artisans here. We still have a lot of artisan workforce. So let's upgrade those guys here. Beautiful. 2 more engineers. The same thing we can do over here. Since we added the university here, now those artisans all want to upgrade. And of course we can do that for those guys there as well. We still have plenty of workforce there. Here we can add a few. Down here, let's get this block done there. Beautiful. More and more engineers. Oh, I think there is one. Yeah, one artisan that wanted to upgrade. Those guys here. Going all the way down here. Perhaps this, but it's getting low now with the artisans there. So 4,500. That should be fine. There we still have one. Very good. Let's go with that. And then, well, as we can see, we can then upgrade those engineers here to investors. And that's something, of course, we definitely want to do. Since that, well, directly enhances or increases our influence level there. And there's nothing more beautiful than having more influence available. The same thing with those guys here. And those guys here, the more investors. Very, very nice. Oh, yeah, those guys here. Juicy investors. That's all we need. Yeah, this block here too. Beautiful. We have a huge engineer workforce, so in that regard, it should be totally fine, right? Now we have the hatches here. What I can see is that we probably forgot the ending, right? So it ends here, right with my world fair there. Let's have some propaganda, just some smaller propaganda. Let's not go over the top there. Actually, let's make some happiness. I want to keep a bit of my influence there. You never know when you need it. That's that. Over here, we might then have, let's see, I think it was with the workers having the flower bed here. So just along that one here, along the hatch there on either side. That looks really good. And then here as well. Those flower beds then along the fence here, so no one walks there anyway. That's fine. Around this one. And we can do the same thing here, so having flower beds then here along that. And as an ally of, you are now at war with this enemy. No! You kidding me? I'm an ally with Hugo. Oh yes, I am. And he's at war now with Anne. That is not good. Damn, we were so high up with her. Yeah, we can go with all of that right away again. Increasing our reputation, but still it's in the 20s again, so not really good. He's at war with Anno, so that means some big battles are happening somewhere. And Harlow has a huge fleet.
Ship under attack.
Though I don't see that fleet anywhere at the moment. We got Miss Hunt having her big fleet there. But it seems like Anne is not that strong anymore as she used to be. She's got lots of ships everywhere scattered around, but not the big fleet anymore that I've seen. Not that I would really care of. Right, so more flowers. We have the flowers over there. And then the flowers could extend all the way down here and here. Right, so around this one here as well. Nice. And then let me add a few of these amazing parks that we have. So we have those parks here. And we could have a maze here, for example. A maze would actually fit to a world fair, I think. Can we have different variations of that? No, we cannot. But we can have 2 mazes here. And... oh yeah, we can squeeze them in there. That's nice. And 2 here. And on that side here, let's just see those parks there. We can connect them. So we can have those parks then here. And that's a beautiful one. Having those flower parks then. Yeah. The same thing on that side perhaps. Perhaps the same ones. Do we have the same ones there somewhere? This one. It's not exactly the same, but it's still fine. Having those beautiful parks there. I really like them. What's that? Oh, yep. That is a topiary garden. That we can add here then as a finishing touch. Oh, this one looks cool. Actually, we could have this one here then. That looks cool. A bear. Let's have the bear here. And on the other side. So they all look a bit different there. Nice one. Nice touch. And yeah, having a few parks here and there is a very good idea. We can add another one here. They all look different, by the way. So we do have all different sort of shapes here. This one, the bear, a statue of someone. Nice one. I like that. So having those gardens there fits the world fair, more or less. And of course we should have a few other of those then here in the palace there as well. Though I want, oh, the admiral's ship, yeah, it's bugged. So we can delete it again right away because the admiral ship belongs to me, which of course is not the goal of a shipyard, of the AI shipyard. And here, let's see. White gardens, beautiful, for the palace. Could squeeze them in here, so nothing is final. I'm just messing around here with the garden settings that we have. For the palace there, for example, we could have them then here. I think we could have several of them side by side over here, but in another color then. Perhaps red. Do we need some red? This one looks beautiful.
Game saved.
This is pretty cool. So we have a circle there in the middle. And we could do something like that over here too in another color, in blue. So then we have different colors for all the gardens here. Right, so there we have the blue ones, down here we have the white ones, there we have the red ones. Having a few gardens there in the center, and here of course. What we still need here, or what we might still need here then of course is some paving and stuff like that, while we continue upgrading. And yeah, as we can see we have lots of ornaments here that we're still missing there too, so that is something that I'm doing side by side. So while we do some other stuff, I just show you that, so don't worry if at some point, boom, you all of a sudden you see all of them here, because of course I'm not recording every single fountain that I place there. That would be a bit tedious. What we can still do here with the fountains then that we have, we can then add some trees, and I just love the elm trees, but not the non-elm trees, so without grass, but with grass, this one here. And having them here adds a beautiful autumn color to the whole city there, which I really like, really fond of that. Here as well, here we still have that. Right, and the same thing here. More and more trees, and my CPU is starting to burn the more trees we add to the game. But we still have lots of empty space there everywhere, those green patches that we definitely need to fill out. Here, for example, this looks really dead. Adding them here makes the whole thing much more beautiful and looking dynamic there too. I love that. I love these trees there as well. Stuff like that is happening all the time in the background. Now, what we still need though is, beside those things here, well, is a zoo. I'm not going to finish this one here yet, you know, so I'm going to think about something there, what we can do that. Here we still have the zoo. With the zoo, we need to, well, we do have lots of zoo items already. First of all, what we need is a fence usually, you know, because those animals, if they want to escape, they just might not run into my citizens there right away. So let's add a fence. all the way going, stretching all the way up here. And then here we're probably going to have a curve. And then here, going all the way up here to that cliff there. It's going to be a huge zoo, as we can see here. Right, and then here, and then down here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Having one huge one, and I think it's ending here. Look at that. So that is the outline of our zoo that we have here in that center there. We might just have, yeah, going it over here then too, so we can add a music pavilion to that area here too. That is something that might look nice. So you can have a music pavilion in the zoo as well with the mods. In that case here we do need a junction. The same thing with this one. And then here, right? And then we can get rid of this one. Oh, actually then I don't need a junction. Then I need only a corner or an angle. This one here. Very nice. Actually it's looking almost like a cross there now, where we have the zoo then. And this is where it is. So over here we do need an entrance, where we have the building then. So let's get rid of this fence here for now, so that I think about something else then here. Yeah, we still need the angles. And then let's go for the zoo right away. There we have it. Probably, should we have the blueprint? Let's have the blueprint for that. And here we can have it, let's have a proper entrance then here as well. Let's try it here. And then we can have those compounds as well. And we don't need to connect them anymore with the zoo. So the only thing that matters here, oh yes, that I can see right now is the area of effect for the zoo. So we can have the zoo kind of over here. Actually, we cannot have such a big zoo there after all, because as you can see, it is kind of limited to the area of effect here. So let's limit the zoo to this area up here. This makes more sense. Right, so it's not a bad thing. We can still have a beautiful zoo and we can add more houses here. So we do have a nice area where people can continue to live. We just need to see, oh yeah, up to this point the zoo extends, because we can then have compounds here, and people can already see the zoo, or the animals while they walk towards the gate, towards the entrance. So in that case, let's keep the fence then over here. So this is kind of like where the zoo then ends, you know, so this is our marking for that. And here, yeah, well, why not? We can just have another whole district of people living here then. So once again, we start with some paved roads there. And then we just add some people. And those people have a beautiful view over Crown Falls. Look at that. The view they have. That is amazing from up here. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful. Really, really nice view they have. That must be an expensive spot here then too. Right, going all the way down here. And there we have the zoo then. Very good. And the same thing we can do over here. Is that a bit too simplistic now? Having those, having that layout here. I don't know.
I believe you'd slow my runaway train.
He doesn't like me. He doesn't even have an island. Right, so there we have a few people living. I can now move the marketplace more to the center here. Actually, let's turn it like that. So we do need to add a pub. That is, we might just also have a pub over here. You know, we don't really need one here, but having it here, so that is the pub at the zoo, we can then add some additional ornaments there. So if you now are visiting this pub here, you know, going around here, celebrating, and then as you look down to the city, absolutely beautiful, seeing that city there. Just look at that, beautiful. As you look towards the skyline of Crown Falls there. Amazing. Very, very well. We can do that. We have that pub up here then. That's the public, the pub of amazing views. Something like that. Let's add another fire station here in the center. And yeah, since we're going to have, I want to have more than just workers here, you know, so at least artisans then. So that means we do need a school here as well, for sure. For all these people there. So actually, let's have the fire station somewhere else. And have the school here. And wait a second. What I just might think about... I mean, we do have the main road here, but we might as well just have the main road going through that one here. Right, so let's get rid of all these buildings here. Let's just remodel that a bit, and then we just move all of that by 2 tiles. Up there. This one here too. And then we have a main road extending all the way down here. So this is the road then, you know, towards the zoo. Towards the zoo entrance that we have here then. This makes sense. Right, where we can have then, I don't know what, perhaps some trees, something like that. So this is the main road going up here. Fine, that we can have those entrances again. And here we can finish off this district there. That we have the school. Do we need something else? We might just as well have a church up here. It fits. Yeah, there we can have a church. A nice church there. That should keep my people happy. Oh, Mercier, he offers me a destruction quest. Of course I want to do that. La propriété, c'est le vol. Something like that. And it's rather close to my settlement there. My towers should take care of that. But let's just send another ship of the line over there. I mean, they're right in my city defense. Look at that. I never expected my cannons here to actually shoot again in their lifetime. And they're shooting good. That's a really bad spot to spawn, guys. You shouldn't do that. That's the only thing here left, but it's getting already attacked by some towers, by the cannons there. And probably the proof that I need is in there as well. Let's get my cargo ship actually. I won't need my warship there. And down it is. There is the proof. It's good that Hugo offers us a quest again, because that means we're still in business with him. And I'm still hoping for another Gods and Masters mission, where we failed last time. Right, and let's deliver it over here to him. At least something there. What's actually the story behind it? The very concept of property is in itself an abuse and usurpation. Simply put, theft. Hugo claims merchants should be the ones paying the price for their crimes. Slavery is murder, property is theft, merchants brands the waters carrying the stolen fruits of the workers. Alright. Something along the lines. You never understand this guy. So that's it. There we have more buildings. We do need more farmers here though. Let's add a few more farmers here. There we have then the zoo. Probably should not have farmer houses too close to that area. Very good. Here we can add one. And here we can still add a few more as well. Even though this is half industrial. Having some farmers here can't hurt. Same thing for that. Beautiful. So there we have a new district. They should be able... Yeah, we could upgrade them right away. I'm just going to wait there a bit for all of them to be able to upgrade. Since we do lack a few workers there, we do have enough farmers. And in that case here, we can then have the entrance to the zoo. And then we are making a beautiful zoo out of this one here, a big one. And yes, let's hand in the quest there, where it is. There it is. Some additional repetition. Anti-clerical lecturer. Worker residences. They get the school and the university fulfilled. Right, no, not that, but residents with the school or a university needed fulfilled are provided with the church one. Alright, that's the one. Let's get it to Crown Falls, even though we're not really needing that. Having it here might be a good idea. Right, and I still see lots of farmers here as well. So in the Riverlands, what we still need to do is, well, we need to get more farmers up here. So I'm doing that without recording. Next episode, we'll see then lots of farmers here as well. As I continue with that. Because, well, we do need them. And we do need a central island for that as well. Stay tuned.